Have you ever wondered about short track racing under the lights at Bristol Motor Speedway? I know I haven't because we've already raced at Bristol in the past and we completely hated Bristol. Okay, not really. We actually did pretty dang well with the timing of a lucky caution. And I think we finished somewhere around like the top 5 or 10. I mean, we did pretty well. I don't think we're going to get lucky this time around, especially with the fact that our car is getting better. We have less enemies though. So let's go ahead and dive right on into things. First and foremost, let's take a look at the standings. If you guys remember, Kevin Harvick is currently the points leader over Jeff Gordon by 36 points, who's over Mark Martin by 101 points, who's over Tony Stewart by 127 points. Dale Jarrett is back there at 232 points back with a 4-point difference between him and Ryan Newman. Add another point to that, and you got Ricky Rudd within shot. Of course, Dale Jr. is a little bit further back, and so is Jimmy Johnson, as well as Rusty Wallace in your top 10. But if you guys remember correctly, who's looming just outside the top 15? Oh, very simple. It's us. We're looming outside the top 15, sitting in 16th place in the standings. And we've been growing our points lead ever so slightly over Rookie of the Year contender Jamie McMurray. Well, that could all change coming into Bristol. It's Bristol. It's a short track. We've already had one DNF at a short track, if you guys remember correctly. And if you don't, go back and watch it. It was at Martinsville. Things didn't go so well. At all, actually. So we got Bristol, another short track. It's a bowl type track. And there is rumor of a brand new rule coming in NASCAR 2024 for NASCAR Thunder 2004. There's a new rule coming that might just change everything of how we approach the season for our second year as a driver. But we'll get to that a little bit later on in the season after the entire, governing body decides to make their decision. So just be aware, season 2 might look completely different from season 1. All right. Well, going into the Sharpie 500, I've also thought about one other thing. I want to change the car. This car did well for us, but I know for a fact we're going to a short track. And if I remember correctly, actually, I don't. Hold on, let me pull up Google. I got Google over here. One second. Let's just go ahead and type in Sharpie 500. And in 2003 was run in August. Okay, so we're closing in on that time frame. All right, so there's a reason why I went to go look for that. But today, we're going to go ahead and give it just we're going to make our car as bright as possible for the track, okay? Because we know how our rivals like to treat us. They like to go after us. So we're going to brighten the car as much as possible so you can't possibly miss us. That means if they hit us on the track, they did it for real. And that means we might just wind up retaliating. Or I could just immediately DNF. That could happen too. I hope that doesn't happen. I think we're all ready for the Sharpie 500. Let's go to the race weekend screen, open up the chassis. Now, we did run a really good car last week, and I really don't want to bring it back. But on top of that, I don't want to use or burn up any extra equipment than necessary. So we are going to recycle some of the things that we used last race, just so that we can kind of keep our usage down. Because if you guys notice, we are currently repairing one body, and we still got another body that has already been used prior to. Plus, we've also got the body that we used last week that needs to be taken care of. So we're just going to go ahead and run the same car over again at Bristol and hope that we can kind of come away with a car that's still pretty much intact and well enough off so that we can run into the next race without much of any true concerns and only repair one more body. That way we can kind of get everything back on the same path, because right now we're a little off in terms of how we're running in the shop, and I got to get us back on track, and soon, before this really comes back to bite me in the back. So Bristol Sharpie 500, let's go, baby. I have nothing to say about this car. Except for the fact that it's extraordinarily loose. Anyways, first lap coming through the checkered flag, 22nd. Not that bad, all things considered. I think that we could do a little bit better. turns 1 and 2 on the first lap was bad. Turns 3 and 4 was not as bad, but it could have been better. So I think this is going to be a better lap altogether coming down the line.
Nice lap. We got a top 10 start.
We'll start 7th. Huge.
It's nighttime here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and we're ready to go racing under the lights. It's the Sharpie 500 brought to you by EA Sports. This is one of the most exciting tracks in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. So many cars, so little space. Wouldn't you agree?
A lot of these teams don't like coming here too much. There isn't a whole lot of room out there, which usually leads to a week of work in the body shop. There probably won't be a single car at the end that doesn't at least have a scratch or two, and some will be much worse than that.
Tony Stewart comes to the track with the hopes of maintaining his top 5 points position.
Gaining on the leader is tough when you're in the top 5 in points. It takes you having a good race and the leader having a bad one in order to gain anything substantial.
How about the consistency shown by Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
If you finish in the top 10 every week, then the championship becomes an attainable goal. This team wants to get the big money at the end of the year, so they are going to be working even harder to keep up this string of top finishes.
The 53 car had a great run in qualifying this week.
Maybe they can use this to turn around the bad luck they've had in qualifying. After they see how much easier the whole race is when everyone's chasing you, I'm sure that they'll work even harder next week to start up front.
What bad luck?
Gentlemen, start your engine.
I swear, MRN hates me. Like, they've got to. They've said some of the most dumbest things I think I've ever seen. All right. So Bristol Motor Speedway is a half-mile track, which means I don't have much time to relax. Car is a little tight to start off here. I'll let Bill Elliott go.
Let's go after it. Clear on both sides.
And try to drive it in there, but I feel like we're really driving off the right rear right now. I don't feel like we got enough power.
You got some passes left in there somewhere, I know you do.
Or I feel like we got too much power going to the wheels. No big deal. I just need to be aware of my surroundings and see if we can just kind of run in the top 10 and just see how the race flows for us.
We're catching them, buddy. Stay with it.
Got one outside.
The car is just wicked loose and tight at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I go into the corner and I'm loose, and then coming off the corner it tightens up like to the perfect point. I feel like there's something wrong with the car or the track, or maybe even just the track just evolved or something. I don't know. I don't know if they had track evolution back in 03, but it would have been cool.
Okay. Okay, we lost a spot. Clear. 15:67.
So, Harvick, did you have to get into my door?
All around.
Guy becomes the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader and acts like he ain't been here before as a rookie. Okay, Kev. Getting into my car door means that I'm gonna remember that one.
That speed will get us to the front.
You're not up there on my list like a couple other drivers are, but you're definitely on my list now, Mr. Points Leader.
Number 2 is inside.
Ah, we got into the wall.
Get back on your marks now. We're slipping a little on the clock.
Hey, I'm gonna block Bobby Labonte. I want to stay within shot of the top 10 here. I feel like this could be our race if the car could just cooperate with us. So me falling back is just kind of not necessary right now.
Get back on it. We're losing time.
Clear on both sides.
Bobby, you got one more time to get into me before I send you.
Gotta pick it up a little.
Number 18 is inside.
You haven't got much longer on that left front tire.
All clear, buddy. The 18 car just got into you.
All right, Bobby. Seems to me like you and we ain't gonna have fun today.
That lap was kind of slow. Pick it up. We're about 7 seconds off the leader's back bumper.
Number 18, now low. Clear all around.
Bobby,
16:42.
I will send you.
Everyone was off the pace. Stay focused, buddy.
I will banish you to the shadow realm here.
We got some cars headed down pit road.
Okay, those guys went down pit road.
1586.
We're slower than the leaders, buddy. We gotta pick up some time.
You keep telling me that, but the issue is that I can't pick up anytime. I'm slow. Our tires are wearing out. I'm trying to make it as far as possible. That way we can shorten this next run by just enough. Because as it stands right now, we can't run. We can't run 20 laps on a tire with this car. This car doesn't like it. So we're trying to go as deep as possible so that can set up our next run just a little bit better. All right, last lap.
16, 15.
Gonna have to step it up to stay in this one. We're halfway home.
Number 45 is gaining on you. 45 car is outside. Number 45 is still there.
Okay, hold on. This is a very short pit road, so I'm only doing this one time. The car is loose tight, and I feel like if we tighten the car up right now, I think that would be a better idea. This is the only time you'll ever see me do this.
After all that exciting racing on the track, the crews now give their chance to perform as pit stops have begun. Cars heading down pit road to the service of their teams. This is a chance to make a...
All right, 4 tires, fuel. We're gonna repair a little bit of the damage.
The driver gets his mark. The crew will go around. They'll go to the right side first. Change right.
No mistakes, boys. No mistakes. Come on.
The crew will now swing over to the left side. This will be a 4-tire stop. 4 tires and 2.
Let's go. Let's go.
Clear on both sides.
Okay, so we were running around 11th before the pit stop. Now we're out in 19th, so we're a little further behind than I expected.
72.
Behind. That lap was fast.
Going inside. You're dropping back. What's wrong?
No, 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 no.
Caution out on the racetrack. The yellow
Get going, get going, get going, get going. Get going.
makes its way back to the start-finish line. But we are
Did we stay on the lead lap? We stayed on the lead lap, right? Please tell me we stayed on the lead lap.
2064.
Is there something wrong with your car?
I got loose.
Your pace.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel bad for Kurt Busch. Oh man. That could have been us. I got loose off the corner and just tried to save it. Oh my gosh. Kurt Busch took a tumble. All right. Bad decision for me to tighten the car up. So I'm going to bring it down pit road this time by. We're going to repair the damage, put 4 new tires on it. And I believe we're still in the lead lap because we did get back going in the middle of all that mayhem while the leader was still behind us. So I believe we're still in the lead lap. Yeah, see, don't try to catch a car when it gets loose. So let's go down half around on the wedge. It's gonna be a 21-second stop. Dale Jarrett, Dale Jr., and Jeremy Mayfield came down pit road too. Come on, boys, no mistakes, because we don't got a lot of time here at Bristol. Oh, come on. I literally just said no mistakes. The leaders are, oh my gosh, we're gonna go a lap down. We're gonna lose a lap.
Here comes a pace car.
I think we just lost a lap. If I'm on the inside, I swear. I'm on the lead lap, but I'm on the inside.
4188.
Okay.
Leaders running about 2.5 seconds.
We've recomposed,
The 01 car is coming on.
and the car feels a little bit better than before when I lost it. So it was loose, and then it got tight, and then I tried to catch it, and next thing I knew, it snapped back on me, and I snapped back into like the line of traffic. So I got Kurt Busch in there, unintentional.
He's not too happy.
But I was trying to get the car back going the right way, but it just didn't happen. So
3.5.
sorry to Kurt Busch. We're now eighth now though.
You're clear.
I'm not sure if I should be a lap down or not. I feel like I should be, considering where I came out.
1581.
Catching up to the leader. Keep on it.
Excuse me, Jimmy.
Best place for him is in your rear view mirror.
Oh, the 60 car blew his motor, guys. That's about typical for him.
Dig, buddy, dig, dig, dig. Keep hitting those marks.
He's a moving chicane.
5 seconds ahead.
No one outside.
Excuse me, Ashton Lewis, you're also a moving chicane.
We're still there. 1579.
That speed will get us to the front. Keep
Get out the way, Hermie Sadler. I see 3 cars in front of me, and I believe they're all in the lead lap. And I believe that these are the guys who I'm really racing against. All right, it's going to come down to me and Ryan Newman. If you remember correctly, at Michigan, Newman got into me when I was running 8th.
white flag next time by.
So if I can get to Newman, I might just give him a little payback. If I can get to him. I tried to dive it in there. It didn't work, and it's fine. P7 is fine. I tried to dive it in on Newman, but I'll take a top 10 finish any day. So let's go ahead and head on out of here.
There were only a few lead changes.
Yeah, I guarantee there's at least 35 or 40 other drivers who wish they'd seen the lead.
The 53 car got a top 10 finish in this one.
When you think that there are 42 other drivers in this NASCAR Winston Cup race, and you manage a top 10, that's pretty impressive.
The 53 car will probably be exchanging words in the garage with the 22 car.
It should be interesting the next time they get next to each other on the racetrack. At this point, nobody wants to back down, and we could see some sparks fly.
From all of us here at EA Sports, we hope you enjoyed tonight's race. We'll see you next week at Darlington.
The Sharpie 500 is over. Short track racing at its finest, in my opinion. I do, again, apologize for Kurt Busch. I didn't intend to take him out when I had my little mishap on the backstretch. It sucks that he wound up being an innocent victim and all that. But it's unfortunately how short track racing goes. That man flew above the catch fence. So that would have been, probably very tragic had that actually been happened in real life. Glad it never does. Anyways, before we take a look back at all the money, we started first, we finished first, or started first, finished first. We started 7th, finished 7th. So I'm actually okay with this result. This is the first time we've actually started someplace and finished there at the same time without any problems. Mark Martin wound up winning over Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart. Did I just dyslexia that entire beginning? My apologies. Mark Martin won, Tony Stewart was 2nd, then it's Kevin Harvick, Ricky Rudd was 4th, and Rusty Wallace was 5th. Ryan Newman wound up finishing 6th. If I would have just got to him, he wasn't like a rival, but he got into me at Michigan, and I really wanted to get him back for that. But it's fine. Top 10. As you know, we finished 7th, Bobby Labonte 8th, Jimmy Johnson was 9th, and Bill Elliott was 10th. Jamie McMurray finished in the top 15 and 11th, so that keeps our Rookie of the Year battle just a little bit too close for comfort. I mean, I did gain 16 points, but 16 points is not a lot when you come down to this old point system. Matt Kenseth finished in 12th. A few other notables that I can see is Dale Jarrett wound up finishing 18th. Dale Jr., who was up there in the top, 10 in points, fighting for the championship, he finished down in 22nd. And then you get down to the lap down guys from 23rd on back. I noticed that Joe Nemechek finished 25th after starting 26th. And nothing else really was different. Nothing else really changed outside of Jeff Gordon finishing 2 laps down in 41st place. So that's huge championship implications right there, where he was close to Kevin Harvick before the race started. And now with a, 41st place finish, he only got 40 points. Meanwhile, Harvick done picked up like 160 or so. So that's gonna put the championship back out of reach for Jeff Gordon. I also have a small issue with Kevin Harvick, so who knows? Maybe I might make a small last second stand to keep the point standings close. Maybe. I'm gonna try not to though. But Kevin Harvick, I don't really like you right now because you had no reason to get into me. You're the points leader, and I feel like that. I feel like you should have, given me a little bit more slack. You're the points leader. You don't need to move me out the way. I would have gotten out the way had you just asked nicely. Stan Barrett, of course, DNF'd, as well as Kurt Busch. And again, sorry for Kurt Busch fans. Just wrapped up in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that sucks. Nobody else led any laps outside of Tony Stewart and Mark Martin, by the way. So that's pretty much it. Looking back at the money, let's skip that before. We made every single bonus that we could make outside of prestige bonuses on the secondary and associate, because I think that they're close to where they are for max. Team sponsor and driver sponsor, of course, all we have to do is just show up to the race and we'll get that money. We started with 401k. We wound up ending with 746k. And we got a $2,000 for an award. Rookie of the race. I love that award. It keeps padding our wallets, especially with the incoming news coming for NASCAR Thunder 2004 Season 2 that will be coming soon, as announced by the NASCAR crew. All right, let's head on back to the race shop and figure out what the damages are. Get ready for the next one. Well, we landed back in Atlanta, and the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the point standings. Right now, Jeff Gordon went from being second in the standings down to fourth, but Kevin Harvick still has a narrow points lead over Mark Martin at 86 points. Mark Martin could have a chance to earn his first ever championship if things go well. Kevin Harvick got to keep his eyes out because Tony Stewart is also there. Jeff Gordon's 161 back. That's not a real far stretch, but it is far enough, and that means that that's going to put it back by about a race and some change. He would need to win the race, lead the most laps, and Kevin Harvick would have to finish really poorly for him to even have a chance to get the points lead right now in this current situation. Ricky Rudd is in your 5th place position. Ryan Newman is 6th. Dale Jarrett is 7th. Dale Jr. is 8th, and Jimmy Johnson's 9th, with Rusty Wallace still rounding out your top 10. Now, we're 16th. We're closing in on Matt Kenseth. That's the reason why Kenseth was driving us so hard at Bristol, was because he knows that right now he's in danger of losing 15th place in the standings. And I wish there was like a money payout for it, but there's not. And it would be cool if there was. We are slowly pulling away from Ward Burton. We're not that far away from Ward, and we still have a chance to give up this position to Bill Elliott if we have a bad race. Same with Michael Waltrip. Jamie McMurray is in 20th place in the standings, and we're just kind of floating around the 1,000 point behind mark. So we've got some work to do, but I think we can still make it happen all together. Looking back at the award real quick, I'm pretty sure I know what it was. We got the Rookie of the Race reward. We've been getting that quite frequently outside of Watkins Glen, where Christian Fittipaldi won that. But we're still stacking pennies with those $2,000. All right. Now, looking back at the team, we've got some sponsorship things that we need to be concerned about. Every single sponsor is pretty happy right now, outside of the team and the driver sponsor, because they always get damaged in the race and they're never going to be happy regardless. But we're looking really, really well right now. Now, let's take a look at the shop real quick. I want to go ahead and get to work on seeing what we should do for the future. So we've got some, bodies and engines and chassis that need some TLC. We've also got 3 races left on the shop edition. So coming into the next race, I think we'll start out with team management and take a look at some of that stuff. And of course, I'm also going to go ahead and just, before we head on out, for real, gotta bring, we'll bring this car to Darlington. There we go. That car looks real pretty for the Darlington Southern 500. Anyways, it's been real. I appreciate the likes, the views, the comments. I see them all. Thanks so very much for being along with me on this very impressive season 1 journey. Looking forward to season 2. I've heard that NASCAR got some stuff rumored to be coming. I hope you guys don't hope you guys don't miss out on that. That could change everything for season 2 for us. I'll see you guys next time. Be easy, everybody.